Hello mate, how you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to a new episode of the FIFA 22 Ultimate Team Road to Glory, episode number 284. Hope you're all doing well on this fine Tuesday. Today we've got an interesting episode of the RTG to talk about. Now, if you do enjoy today, do me the smallest favour and just hit that thumbs up button. If we can carry on getting 2,000 likes, that would be absolutely brilliant. And subscribe to the channel if you're new. Cheers. Super close to 550,000 subs now. Now, as we get on into today's episode, I think I might have a little bit of tomatom, a little bit of sunburn on my forehead. Sorry about that. But you know, I enjoyed some time out in the sunshine, so that's good, I guess. I should have just put the sun cream on. I completely forgot. But anyway, getting on into the episode, we made a pretty big error in yesterday's video. After doing the worldy bit, which was packing a Tots De Bruyne, we then went out and bought Tots Cancelo for just far too many coins. To the point where we're going to lose like 250k on him. And in all honesty, I probably would have just rather have not packed De Bruyne at this point because of that. Because it's dwindled our money, and it was just a major error. Because like if I hadn't have packed De Bruyne, I wouldn't have gone out at that time to buy myself a Cancelo and pay 600k for it. At the time, it seemed like such a good deal. I'm still hurting at that one. I'm still hurting. And it did put me into a little bit of a FIFA bad mood. And I think that's going to come across in some of my gameplay today, if I'm honest. So we're sat with 245,000 coins in the club, plus a Cancelo and a Cuadrado. So I know that we can get up to 700,000 coins. But yeah, we've lost a fair old chunk of money, which really sucks. I think there's a fly in this room, and there's obviously nowhere for it to escape because it's all closed off and lighting and stuff. So if you see something just flying past me, not much I can do about that until I finish the video, I'm afraid. But with my very diminished club, I haven't really got much in there. I somehow managed to go squad by squad and complete Marquee Matchups, which, as we know, is 6 parts these days instead of 4. And well, it wasn't particularly easy. Did pick myself up a little Mahrez. If you can get 1 or 2 little walkouts like that, even if they're literally like the basic level 86 ones, typically it makes Marquee Matchups completely and utterly worth it, even if you were buying every single player from scratch. But it's highly unlikely at this stage of the game that someone's buying the whole of Marquee Matchups from scratch. You've probably got some players that you can put in there, and then you just got to go on the market to fill out the rest of your squad. So yeah, no blues to speak of at the moment, but an 84 and an 86 is certainly not the worst thing ever, but could be a lot better. Are we going to get anything from a Prime Electrum? Could it be another walkout, perhaps? It could. And it's going to be that man that we seem to always pack, Sergio Busquets. So, yeah, there's a second walkout for you. I know they're not worth as much nowadays, but actually they might have gone up a little bit with the latest icon pack and all of these end of eras coming out. Because, I mean, for sure, the icon pack is more expensive than it was last time. So that side of the market must have risen ever so slightly. Or people are just really enjoying it or something. I don't know. But yeah, I think maybe if you sell walkouts and stuff now, they might be worth a tiny bit more at the moment than they were a few days ago. So with the overall Marquee Matchups, I think this is the final squad I was doing, is it? Or was there one more after that? I'm not sure. We're about to find out. But I somehow managed to get it done. And there you go. 6 parts of Marquee Matchups complete. For a Prime Gold Players Pack as the overall reward. So we'll open the Gold Players Pack and then the 45k pack after that. Any blues? No. Boards again. But it's an 85 board. So again, it's going to help to just make this a profitable set of SBCs, but not by a whole bunch. What about a blue or an icon in this one? No, boards. And it's going to be an 84 in Carrasco. So, yeah, I mean, it was a pretty nothing really SBC, but we got a couple of things to just make it worth it. And we head back to what is the starting 11. Now, Di Maria has come in and done pretty much nothing so far, but let's face it, we're only 4 games into champs, so we head on in. Now this is actually, when was this? So it's been a weird situation. Normally I'd get all my games done on like just a Saturday or just a Friday or something like that, but I played some on Friday night, I had a completely sleepless night, and then found myself at my desk at 4 a.m. because I couldn't be bothered to not sleep in bed anymore. So I got up and started working. I did some editing, and then I played these 3 games here, which was at like 5 a.m. on Saturday morning. So the servers obviously felt good because there was like literally me and about 3 other people online. But the people that were on at that point were all right, I would say. Like, and I'm having a bad weekend as it goes. So even if they were like my level, they were essentially above my level because I was just having a stinker. So I do get a victory, which is lovely. And that's going to help my motivation a little bit. It's going to bring me another 4 points, which is going to be vital because you'll come to learn throughout this weekend that it's probably not going to be it's definitely not going to be my best weekend ever. That is a certainty. And it's teams like this. Whenever I see that player of the month Mbappe with that stupid grin on his face, I know it's not going to go well for me. Players like Ronaldinho and Mbappe, when I'm playing bad, it's just basically like walking past a bunch of bronze defenders because it's just so easy for them. And at 2-0, I decide to head on out of this one because obviously it's not worth it. And if you ever get this glitch, by the way, where it says you're not actively playing the game, just press your Xbox button and then press it back out again so you sort of come out of game and then go back in and it will go away. I don't know why that pops up. Maybe something to do with the fact that I rage quit the game before. I don't know. But yeah, as you can see, 2-0 down in this one. It's going to be a bit of a comeback if we are going to win. So we do end up getting into the box and De Bruyne assists Joao Felix. Good stuff. And then actually before half-time comes around, we can get ourselves a little equaliser. Mateus with a perfect interception there to stop the counter-attack. And then Di Maria. What a strike. Probably the first thing he's done for the club, in all honesty. So 2-2 at half-time, all to play for then, Yes, we were 2-0 down, but a level pair again at half-time, we can make this our game if we want. And it took until the 80th minute to get that winner. And it's actually Ansu Fati, the super sub, with a headed goal, which all things that you would not expect. And it got me the dub. So, yeah, that was nice at like probably nearly 6 a.m. in the morning to get myself a little comeback W. So at that point, I stopped and went out for a little sunshine walk at 6 a.m. and that was lovely. I tell you what, as someone that goes to sleep really late and then wakes up really late, I miss the best part of the day. If you're ever up at like 5, 6 a.m., it is honestly, in the summertime, it is the most glorious time of day. If you've got a bit of time and you can go for a wander, it is just, it's literally the best time of day. I love it so much, but I can never wake up at that time, because I'm a YouTuber with a terrible sleeping pattern. But anyway, I am going to commit to the next end of era SBC, which was, of course, Lorenzo Insigne, just because he came out a day after Di Maria, and I was so fixed on getting Di Maria. And then all of a sudden, this card comes out, and he looks almost better than Di Maria, and he's a lot cheaper. So I'm like, yeah, finally, we'll full send the rest of the club into that, and then hopefully start a rebuild again. By the time, I know like Schmelzer's out now, and there's probably another one out by the time you're watching this. And I can't do absolutely every single end of era SBC, but there are a few that I just think I would regret not doing. So yeah, I'm gonna obviously try and get as many as possible if my club allows it. So I did have to buy a few things for the final squad. I spent like 30k maybe. I had to buy a Yazabal, I had to buy that informed goalkeeper and stuff. But it brings me down from like 240 to 215,000. And another end of era, another 96 rated end of era card is mine. Lorenzo Insigne. So he's 5'4", I think. He's a little guy. And he's got the stats that you see on screen right now. 97 pace, 98 dribbling, 93 shooting, 95 passing. 5-star skill upgrade as well. And he's just going to hopefully just move so very well. And that's the sort of player that I'm looking for. So We welcome him into the squad, and I'd already decided that Di Maria wasn't quite cutting it, so I'd switch back to like Berardi. But then, obviously, as you can see here, Insigne fits in and actually gets Koulibaly up to the full chemistry. So it's just Insigne off chem, I'm pretty sure, in my squad right now. And had I already switched back there to Laporte? I can't remember. I literally just missed what I was trying to show you there. But I may have had a bit of a, yeah, I think I could see Laporte in the squad there. So I've kind of switched back because it was going quite poorly for me, and I thought maybe I need to go back to the 4-2-2. And with that, having Laporte alongside Koulibaly, I felt could be two very strong centre-back partnership, and then have almost like the rest of the squad as you would imagine. First time I've actually been playing Vieira as a DM, by the way. Him and Mateus at DM instead of Vieira centre-back, and I think he might be better there than at centre-back, you know, because he just has those long legs, and in the middle of the park just blocks and cuts out quite a lot of stuff. And I don't know who I prefer over Mateus or Vieira. They're two quite different players. Like, Mateus will block stuff and intercept stuff, and he'll buzz around in like a kind of like a Kante type player, like small but literally rapid and gets absolutely everywhere. And then there's Vieira, who's a bit more of a truck, but long-legged, slightly slower, but will almost like read the play really well and just do that defensive side of things really well. So I don't know what I'm after, and I guess kind of at the moment just playing both of them works, as they are two quite different players. But yeah, if I ever need to choose between the two of them, I'm not quite sure what I would actually go for. So, God only knows what my record is at the moment, but I could tell you it's going to go downhill, and that is, yeah, in the nicest possible terms, it's going to go into the toilet. I don't know why either. It wasn't as though the game was feeling awful. It was just that my opponents were way better than me. And I don't know if it was due to lack of sleep or lack of caffeine or whatever, because I had this sleepless night and I wanted to try and make sure that I didn't fall asleep all day long so that I never slept again in the night. So I had a very tired day when I was playing these games. And I think I can maybe chalk it up to that, as well as a little bit of the annoyance of losing 250k on Cancelo. There was just like a perfect storm of things to make me have a bad weekend league. And matching up against squads like this is just not going to help. So, yeah, I think I just got unfortunate. There are some weekends, right, where I get up to 11 wins. I've got like 4 or 5 games left. And it just seems like the easiest thing to get up to 11. Sometimes I'll try and push on to 14. You've seen that in my gameplay before, right? And then I don't think I'm going to get 11 wins this week. I think it's going to be a struggle to get 9 wins. And I don't really care. Like, you know, they didn't do ultimate TOTS rewards in the way that we wanted to. So it is what it is. Anyway, you know, we've got the eFigs packs, which I guess are going to be, or the eFigs Reds, should I say, which are probably going to be what we get in Reds for the foreseeable future in terms of FUT this year. But yeah, it was just like, I don't know, the motivation wasn't there. So at the end of these games, where things just go terribly for me, I think I end up, and you'll see it in the next couple of minutes, I guess, but I think I end up at 6 wins and 8 losses, which is just appalling. I think this might be my final victory of the day, which, yeah, I should have stopped sooner, but I thought I was going to get all my games done on Saturday night, and this is from Saturday night, and I just, at one point, I end up just turning my Xbox off after quitting a game. I think I launched my controller somewhere, which is not a good idea. I came in the next day and my controller was halfway across the room. And that's not a good idea at the moment because there's a global shortage of controllers, I found. Looking on Amazon to get a new one. And you can't really get a proper Xbox one because there's a global chip shortage, isn't there? So you can't just get them. So that that was a bit of a pain for me. But luckily, I didn't break my controller or anything. It's just a little bit of stress made me kind of launch it across the room in a very light fashion. I didn't throw it or anything. I know I wasn't going to break it, but I need to grow up a little bit, really, don't I? But as you can see here, 2-2 in this game after 30 minutes. I can't stop conceding goals. And something about that Benzema just annoyed me. It was the first goal that he scored against me that annoyed me. I had 2 defenders around him and I couldn't block him off. So I quit that one. In an absolute spiral of a bad mood at this point, by the way. Does it help hearing this from me? Like, do you relate? Does it annoy you to see me playing bad and in a bad mood from this game? Or is it like realistic and relatable? Because have you had a weekend league like this? Or do you just somehow not care as much and you just get through it? I'm very curious to know about like the thought process of you guys. And then I think this was probably the lowest point for me. This team is not like as good as mine. And it's not up to scratch for like the weekend league in terms of there's some good players in there and obviously Mbappe's still meta. But if you're using a gold Varane and a gold Kante at this stage of the game, I think that the team that I have, I should be able to do something against you. And I was like 3-0 down after 20 minutes. And I still thought I could come back. So I carried on playing. But then after 4-0 in the 48th minute, I was like, well, obviously I'm not going to come back from 4-0. So we'll quit that one. And that was the final straw. That was me being 6-8. I turned my console off. And there you go. 6 games remaining. So if I want to get 11 wins, it's not going to happen. I've got to go 5-1. If I want to get 9 wins, I've got to go 3-3. And I'm not even super confident about that. So worst case scenario, we're already at the level where I'll get 2 player picks. They're maximum 90 rated for the red picks. But I think I'd be able to get 90 rated. So 2 bits of fodder could help. And the worst case scenario, we just write this weekend off as awful. But then I had Sunday off, had a big old family barbecue and stuff, and just really had good vibes and good happy times in the sunshine. That's where the sunburn came from. And then left my console for the entire day and then turn it on Monday morning to see I've got 6 games remaining and was like, oh yeah, damn it. So I think there's a couple of things we need to do, and I'll do it at the start of tomorrow's episode. We got a red Bremer, by the way. We got a 90 rated from Squad Battles. I forgot that I was going to get Squad Battles rewards, but that's good. We'll take that. And even if like our red picks this week are like that, we got a 90 out of a 1 of 2. If you get the rewards that I would currently be at, if I lost every other game, I would get 1 of 4 pop up, maximum 90. So I'm sure I'd get a couple of 90s, right? Like that would, I'm sure you would. But yeah, I think a couple of changes need to be made. Let's remove the toxicity of losing so much money from Cancelo. Probably let him go and just forget about it. Never think of it again. But I'll do all that at the start of tomorrow's episode. If you have enjoyed today, if you've enjoyed my pain, do me a favour, smash the thumbs up button. 2,000 likes would be amazing. And subscribe to the channel as well if you're new. Cheers. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram. Those links are down below. Yeah, come follow me. See what I'm getting up to. You would have got a little preview of what I got up to at the weekend and stuff. And, you know, that's quite nice to see. So I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully, my final 6 games will go a little bit better and I can at least get the 9 wins. That's like my biggest hope right now. If not, who cares, right? I'll see you tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. Peace.